Hi everyone, a very good evening to all of you, and welcome back once again to Free Shiksha IELTS classes. So far we have finished and we have learned about few of the question types, the kinds of questions in the reading module of IELTS exam, and we are going to do the same today as well. So we are going to look at two question types, that is multiple choice questions, which are also known as MCQs. And the first question which we are going to take, in fact, that would be diagram labeling questions. So these two are also equally important question types which you might encounter in your paper. So let's look through them and learn about them very deeply and very nicely. So yes, for that we need a lot of concentration because IELTS, especially reading and listening, these both are very time restricted papers and we need to manage our time really well and use our time wisely. But before we actually start and jump on to today's slide and PPT, I would like to remind you that please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. And also do not forget to register with us, which the registration link is given right below this video in the description below. So you can get registered with us for free. You do not have to pay a single penny. And definitely for that you'll have to click on the link that will directly take you to our landing page from where you can actually download free sample papers which we have on our page, and you can download endless number of papers. So yes, there are few perks of getting registered with us. We also have a lot of a lot of number of videos on our YouTube channel from where you can actually take help and gain a lot of knowledge on IELTS exam. And yes, coming back to the slide, let's start learning about diagram labeling questions. So let's read about them first. So if you're required to select the words from the text for the answers, you'll be told how many words you're allowed to use for each label. For example, one word or no more than two words. Hyphenated words such as, for example, mother-in-law count as one word. So always remember, even if there is a hyphen or dash in between, as you call it in layman language, dash. So yes, even if you have a hyphen or maybe two hyphens in between a word, still it would be considered as one word. Coming back to the next line, if you use the wrong number of words, your answer will be marked incorrect, even if the information you give is correct. So there should be a very strong hold on the number of words which you're writing as an answer for. So definitely read out the instructions very, very well. I'm sure it is going to come in one of the tips as well when we'll be discussing tips in the further slides. So this particular question includes a list of words with which to label the diagram. The information needed to label it correctly will be in the text, although it may be concealed in synonyms and paraphrasing. Now, what are the skills needed for, this particular question type, that is diagram label? So this question type tests your ability to interpret a diagram, scan for the specific information, and then identify synonyms and paraphrasing. Also read in detail for meaning. Let's also go through the tips very quickly because we have discussed them in the previous videos as well. So let's not waste a lot of time because I really want to show you the sample question also for the diagram label questions. And also then we'll have, some amount of time left for our second question type, that is multiple choice questions. So let's read the first tip here, which is diagram labeling questions are not as hard as they might seem at first or at first seen. So if you apply the step-by-step strategy, then which I will explain below, then you should be able to master them. So let's see what are those. Second is don't panic if the diagram looks complicated. It won't be. So a diagram is just another way of presenting information, a combination of language and a drawing. So you need no prior knowledge of the subject in order to complete it. Remember, this is a test of your reading skills, nothing else. So again, just follow the strategy. Sorry. So the third tip is use any little clues that are present in the diagram to help you understand it. In our diagram, for example, we have some numbers, some text, one completed label, heading in the word list box. Each gives you important information about the topic and will be related to the answers in some way. Now, you may be given a glossary of keywords that could be unfamiliar to you, okay? And also try to get a general understanding of the diagram before you actually read the text. So, scan for keywords in the text to locate the paragraph with the answer and then read in detail to identify the words or words needed for the label. The information in the text that contains the answers will very likely include synonyms, so be on the outlook for them. If you're struggling with a particular label, move on. Grab the easiest marks and come back to relook at the others later if there's time left at the end. So make an educated guess, and if you have to, rather than leaving the answer blank, because there is no negative marking in IELTS paper, so definitely do not leave any blank, empty, or any space for answer empty, I would rather say. Next is strategy. So let's read what are the strategies. First is read the instructions carefully. Second is briefly look at the diagram and try to get a general understanding of it. Third is scan the text for keywords. And fourth is read the relevant section of text in detail to find each answer. And fifth is fill in the answer sheet and check your spelling. Of course, if your spelling is wrong or grammatical error is there, definitely the answer would be wrong, would be considered as wrong, even if you've written the right answer. So just be on the outlook for that. Now, this is the sample passage. The heading is School Experiments, and this is the kind of diagram which is given to you. And this was the instruction which I was talking about, and that is no more than 3 words and or a number. So now you know that you need to write an answer below 3 words or either 3 words, but not more than that. And you can also consider a number as your answer. So that is what is given here. So your answer should be revolving around that. Next, I have also given the explanations for 3 of the answers. So you can just, read the explanation and come back here to the passage, compare it with the diagram, with the blanks which are given to you for filling in. And definitely then you can, actually understand when you're rewatching this video and when you're self-evaluating yourself by reading these kind of explanations with the answer, you'll be able to know how did we actually derive the answer. So with this, we come to the end of this PPT and this particular question type. So guys, we just learned about diagram based questions, and now we'll be focusing on another kind of question, which is multiple choice questions. The short form or the abbreviation is MCQs. Now this might sound a little tricky, but yes, we do have a different strategy and approach to this kind of question. So let's read about it first. What are these kind of questions? Multiple choice questions appear regularly both in academic and the general IELTS reading tests. So they are fairly simple to complete, but it's easy to get tricked into picking the wrong answer. This is very, very common, not just in reading module, but also in the listening module. And I'll be sharing the listening tips and strategies for this particular question when we'll be gradually coming to that particular module. Right now, let's focus on the next slide. So the task, what will be the task in and around this MCQs question? So you will be asked to read the first half of the sentence, a statement or a question about the text, and then you will have to choose the most appropriate sentence ending, response, or answer from a choice of number of options. So usually there are 4 options. It might be 3 as well, or there might be more than 4, like 5 options given to you, and then you will have to choose at least 1 or 2 answers out of those 4 and 5 options. So always read the instructions very well so that you know how many answers do you need for the question. So only one correct answer, although several could appear to be right one on the first reading, so just be aware. Now next we have the strategy for following this kind of question. First is read the questions, of course. Second is skim read the text. So far, we know that what is skimming and scanning. In my previous videos also I have discussed this in detail. So if you have missed out on those videos, then definitely you should look out for those videos on our YouTube channel. As I said, it is with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. So do not forget to subscribe with us, because you'll be updated with all the latest information which we are coming with regarding the IELTS exam. Third strategy can be identify the keywords. It's very crucial. Fourth is think about the meaning. Okay. Fifth, predict the correct answer. So before writing the correct answer, you should predict and guesswork, because that makes it easy for you and that makes you closer to the correct answer. That is what I believe. And it is one of the strategies which has really helped my candidates. Sixth strategy can be read the text again. Okay. Now deciding between similar answers. Then eighth is move on. Of course, I have given the detailed explanations of all the strategies which we have just gone through, so you can read them in detail because we have discussed them in the previous videos as well. So I'll be directly just skipping this part and moving on to the tips. So what are the key tips? Let's handle them one by one. Read the questions first. Okay, do not start reading the passage. That is a wrong approach, because otherwise you'll be wasting a lot of time on reading the passage, then coming back to the questions, and then going back to the passage again for finding the answers. So in that case, if we take an estimate, then you're reading the passage twice, and that would waste a hell lot of time. And of course, you do not want that, because as I said in the starting of the video, that reading and listening are two modules which are very much time restricted, and you should use your time very wisely. So first is read the questions. Second can be the answers will be in order. Read in detail. Watch out for distractors. Don't leave any blank answers. Alright. So far we have understood what are these kind of questions and what is the strategy which can be followed for gaining the higher bands, and what are some of the tips which can be followed for getting a good score. Now I'll show you what are these questions and how do they actually look like in the paper. So for example, this is a sample passage which I'm going to show you right now. We have three passages or three paragraphs, I would rather say, and this is the kind of NCQs question. For example, the question can be like choose the correct letter A, B, C or D. So we know that there are four options. By reading the instructions, we have got this. First is humans solve the problems quickly by using phone, heuristics, biases and computer. So these are four options and the correct answer is B, heuristics, and the explanation has been given in paragraph 1. So you can go here and find this particular line which has been given in the explanation. Try to find it here in the first paragraph and you will get to know how did we actually derive the answer. And same goes for your question 2 as well. So guys, this brings us to the end of today's class. I'm sure these classes are going to help you a lot, especially if you have registered and subscribed with us for free. Then definitely you will notice a gradual change in your score. Of course, the increase in your score, I mean. But yes, if you have not registered with us, please do, because there is no payment applied to that. It is absolutely for free. You can get registered just by clicking on the link which is given in the description below, as I said. And of course you can download the free sample papers which are there on our landing page, and you can also get in touch with our expert counseling team, which will provide you free counseling sessions on any doubts or queries which you have for the IELTS exam, or be it any other exam like TOEFL, PTE or OET or SAT, all of that, all the migrating exams. We do provide counseling for each one of them. So if you have any questions, either you can put it on the comment section, especially if it's related to the training part or any particular video which you might have, watched before in your past, and you want to ask any question regarding any question type in any of the modules. So yes, please do not hesitate to comment down your queries on the comment section. We'll get back to you as soon as possible, because we do not leave any candidate, unanswered. So definitely I'll see you tomorrow at the same time between 5 to 6 p.m. Today we have taken the class a little bit early because of the time restriction. We had some meetings on hold. So yes, I'll see you tomorrow at 5 with a fresh new topic from the same module, reading. And definitely we'll be starting with the listening module as well very soon. So till then, take care and keep practicing for your IELTS, guys. Thank you.